Happy Friday, February 22nd. Today actually started out with a little bit better energy than yesterday, but I had a little bit of a stressful morning. Just had a little bit of concern about the surgeon that I had chosen. Heard that, he had had a couple patients that weren't super thrilled with the results they had gotten and had some health issues. And anyway, I did my due diligence on all of that, and I feel really good about it. I'm just gonna stick with him, and had a nice long conversation with him on the phone today, and I feel solid in my decision. And truly, even being in that stressful state that I was in, because I've gotten really heavy in my faith, that I'm really feeling connected with God right now. I wasn't as stressed as I normally would be. I just, had a little bit of concern and had to do some research and so forth. But even that little bit of stress that I had this morning, and again, my response not being, overly dramatic at all. I went from a morning of feeling pretty okay to an afternoon of just horrible. My pain kind of changed up. I had like shooting pains in my belly and certain parts of my body that I haven't had in a while, and just shooting all over the place randomly. My fatigue was overwhelming. Laid down for quite a while and just super tired. And then I had this, like, I know I've talked about this hum that I get in my head where it just kind of goes, hum, hum. And there's different volumes for that. And usually it's kind of at a lower, like I can hear it and it's a little annoying. But today, after a morning where I was just a little bit, having a little bit of anxiety, the hum got so overwhelming that I honestly thought I was going to go crazy. I mean, I had to call my aunt Katie, who's in town, and talk with her a little bit, and asked her to help me kind of research what's going on, because the noise was so loud, and it was like this hum and this pulsing, and I literally just wanted to rip my head off because it was so overwhelming, and I couldn't escape it. I couldn't be in silence or be quiet or rest because it wouldn't shut up. And then even when I would like watch TV or try and get myself busy doing something, it was so overwhelmingly loud that even that was difficult and overstimulating. So I went through a bit where it was a little bit scary. My aunt did send me an article about it, which explained a lot about, the body's stress response and how that does activate different neurons within our brain. And I believe what's happening is because my autonomic and endocrine systems are malfunctioning on some level, everything, like I've talked about, is out of balance. And so even when I have the littlest bit of anxiety or stress, of just everyday living, having to deal with what I dealt with this morning, my body's response is so overwhelming because it just honestly can't take it. So it just went into that, like, the electrical currents in my brain, which is part of the nervous system that has to do with all of this, just went on overload and made my head feel like it was going to explode from like nothing. So God forbid I have like some major trauma happen in my life right now, because I don't know what would happen. But I was just absolutely amazed about how my body reacted, and I just needed to share that today, and I needed to record it for myself so that I can remember, because it was intense and was definitely the loudest thing that I've had as far as that humming situation, to where it got so overwhelming. So that's where I'm at with that, and I don't like to make these too long because I know they get boring, and I won't want to watch them back either if they're too long. So I hope you guys are having a happy Friday. I hope that a lot of you are out there having a good time and living life, and I'm just going to live vicariously through all of you until I get to the other side of this. So have a good night. Bye.